UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stopping at their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
This is Rudy Gress IV with your Ticket Sports Update. At last night's NFL Honors Awards show, Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford was named the AP NFL Most Valuable Player, earning the first MVP award of his illustrious career. Also announced last night, the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026 was revealed, with inductees including Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, and Adam Vinatieri. Former Nebraska running back Roger Craig was also selected, becoming the latest Husker inducted into Canton. On the Nebraska basketball front, head coach Fred Hoiberg shared an update on Rink Mass, saying Mass is feeling like himself again and has been getting in extra workouts as he continues working back into game shape. Hoiberg added that getting players back to full strength is important moving forward on this run. As for Nebraska softball, the Huskers opened the season today at the UTSA Invitational in San Antonio, Texas. Nebraska faces Washington at 1:05 p.m. Central Time, followed by a matchup with number 1 Texas at 6:05 p.m. Central Time. Both games will be streamed on ESPN+, with the Texas matchup being viewed by some as a potential College World Series preview. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday, February the 6th, 2026. It is Good Sense Friday here at The Ticket. If you haven't had a Good Sense sub, then it doesn't make any sense. Does it, Bob?
Absolutely not. Love Good Sense. Shout out to Good Sense for feeding us once again today. As I always say, try out their pepper bread. Delicious for the pepper lovers out there. I get some nice pepper bread every week.
All right, Bock. Nice day out here. Day 2. Nice day and nice cool day in Lincoln, Nebraska. Supposed to be 60-something degrees Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. Either Sunday, one of those days. Great weather for Super Bowl. Might even catch a couple of people out barbecuing this weekend. So we'll keep you up on the updates on the weekend weather. Bock, a lot to talk about today. We're gonna start off today talking about the Hall of Fame. It is finally official that Roger Craig is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Do you have that clip, Bock?
Yes, we do. This is the moment that he was alerted to the fact that he would indeed make it to the Hall of Fame. So here's Roger Craig, some of his old teammates showing up at his front door.
Run it lock, yeah.
Hey, Rod. Thanks, brother. Welcome to the 2026 Hall of Fame, bro. Badass. Class of 26, baby.
Hey, you know what? You going in at your house that you built in San Francisco, huh? It's here.
It's your house, baby. It's your house.
Hey.
All right, Bock. If people wanted to know who's the two that came to his house, it was Charles Haley and free safety Ronnie Lott, one of the two great defensive players in that George Seifert time when they was with the 49ers. Bock, for Roger Craig, who was in his 28th year or eligibility, was the only one of those 5 to make it when we talk about what they call the older guys.
Yeah, like the senior consideration.
Yeah, the senior thing. Roger Craig was the first player to ever have 1,000 yards and 1,000 yards receiving in the same season, which happened in 1985. And he led the NFL with 2,036 yards from scrimmage in 1998 when he helped San Francisco win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's an incredible long wait for Roger Craig to get here now. 65 years old. Of course, his final season of play, 1993. So it was that long ago. Was inducted into the Nebraska Football Hall of Fame all the way back in 1989. Also, of course, a member of the 49ers Hall of Fame. So this is kind of the last one to check off the checklist. He was named one of the semifinalists for the, when this all started to kind of come together. 25 semifinalists for the class of 2009. Dude. And it has kind of been a long wait for him since then. So it's been in the works, right? And it's funny because I mentioned this every time because it gets brought up often, every offseason a few times, and it's certainly around the Hall of Fame time that he's not in. And so finally we can kind of put all that to bed. I've been doing radio here at the Ticket since 2013. I know I've talked about it every year because it comes up, and it's a guy that Husker fans and just, certainly 49er fans, football fans in general feel like deserve this honor. Again, for what he was able to do for those Super Bowl teams, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Like you said, Offensive Player of the Year in 1988. Just had a heck of a career. And was able to be incredibly versatile before that was kind of popular, and has kind of become widespread, obviously, in the NFL nowadays is the threat out of the backfield. So congratulations to Roger Craig. Might be overdue, but it will certainly be a special moment in considering, too, as they mentioned in that clip, doing it in San Francisco, to be able to do it where he earned his keep there with the 49ers. Of course, he finished off his career in LA and Minnesota as well. They're with the Vikings and the Raiders, but specifically with the Vikings to end it. But the majority of this, his time as a NFL Hall of Fame worthy player was with the 49ers. So it'll be a special moment. Was a special moment. It'd be a great weekend altogether for Roger Craig. And so whether the Seahawks win or the Patriots win, Husker fans feel like they won this weekend with Roger Craig in it.
All right, Bock. Also, me and you had a conversation the other day when we talked about who would make it and who was on the fence. I think we nailed it, Bock, when we talked about all the guys that would make it. Drew Brees. he enters the conversation. He delivered New Orleans his first Super Bowl title following the 2009 season when he won the MVP of the game after beating Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts. Breeze made the Pro Bowl 13 times in his career, won AP Offensive Player in 2008 and 2011. It was an All-Pro in 2006 and was a second-team All-Pro 4 times, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Brees is a shoo-in, and that's why his first ballot Hall of Fame. What an incredible career he had. And he's also, don't forget about his short stature. He's kind of had to overcome the idea, especially there in the late 90s, early 2000s. He had to be a certain height to be a quarterback in the league. He was able to show that he could be one of the best ever. Now, one note about him that I think is kind of interesting, and I know we'll get to later, is Matt Stafford winning the MVP. Never did win the MVP. There are a few great quarterbacks over the years that didn't. He is among them. But even that did not stop him from being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
We'll have that battle of who's supposed to be the real MVP of the league, Bach. We'll talk about that a little later on today. But Bach, who's next? Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald was met with Larry Fitzgerald was welcomed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame with a visit from no other than Randy Moss.
Oof.
Fitzgerald spent his entire career with Arizona Cardinals after being drafted 3rd overall in 2004. He has 1,432 catches worth 1,492 yards receiving and 17 seasons. That ranks second all time to Jerry Rice, Bob.
Yeah, an incredible career that he had. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald, obviously a great college player at Pittsburgh, but to really show off what he was able to do and stick with the Cardinals throughout his career. As a Cardinals fan, I'm very happy with that. They've had some guys, just before his time, around his time, the David Boston, some pretty good wide receivers, but hard to keep them all in the desert. And he stuck it out there. Played in his incredible career. Actually, his rookie year, I got a Larry Fitzgerald jersey. This was still when I was maybe, 13 years old. It was one of my last jerseys that I ever got. So it's kind of interesting to see him, finally being welcomed into the Hall of Famer again. Like we were saying, I mean, he's another one of these guys that's first ballot, and you could tell kind of as his career was winding down, just where he was going to be fitting in the ranks of the all-time receiving categories, and that magical Super Bowl run that they had. Unfortunately, he had the go-ahead touchdown, and it looked, if you remember, he's looking up on the screen to make sure the Pittsburgh Steelers defenders weren't running back, on the big screen there to catch up to him. And unfortunately, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers went down the field. Unfortunately for me, I'm a Cardinals fan. Unfortunately for Larry, went down the field and scored there on one of the most miraculous Super Bowl moments with Santonio Holmes getting his feet in there, and the Steelers took that championship home. But still, I mean, Larry Legend, right? There's the Larry Legend obviously is used for Larry Bird, but Larry Fitzgerald fits the billing now too.
All right, Buck. Adam Vinatieri, man, who helped lead the Indianapolis, he did play for the Colts, but he was also in that famous tuck rule game with the New England Patriots back in 2001. Vinatieri is the NFL career leader in points with 2,673 and made field goals 599 over a 24-year career with New England and Indianapolis. He also leads all players with 56 field goals and 238 points in the postseason, Bob.
Yeah, and it's and he's the all-time points leader, right? I mean, we do that especially for basketball. I understand in football, a lot of that gets in the the place kicker territory, and then we can have our jokes about if kickers are football players and all that sort of stuff. But in general, how can you leave out the all-time leading scorer in the NFL? And it still blows my mind. I obviously lived through it and saw it happen, but that he was able to line it up and kick game winners for 2 separate Super Bowls, which is absolutely amazing, just to have that opportunity, but also to come through with it. Just an incredible career for Adam Vinatieri, obviously a big part in making the Patriots what they are today. And I believe that makes him the 3rd kicker inducted into the Hall of Fame that were just kickers. There's punters like Ray Guys in the Hall of Fame. There's players like Lou Groza and George Blanda that were, played place kicker, but also had some other positions that they played. But He joins Morton, Anderson, and Jan Stinnerud as the 3 now kickers that are just kickers in the NFL Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Adam Vinatieri.
All right, Bob. Next linebacker. What's his name?
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly. He only played what? 7 years? 8 years?
Yeah, his career was cut short, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was kind of hurt. I think he had a neck injury, forced him to really stop playing at an early age. But when you look at his Pro Bowls and all-pro team, Bob, he made it every year except 1 year. Defensive player of the year, 1 year. You can't take things away from that kid like that. Was a early, like you said, an early forced retirement, but that's still good to make this for that kid.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's crazy. I mean, the guy right now is 34 years old. I mean, there's several players, obviously, in the NFL still playing at that age, but he's just 34 years old at this point, and hasn't played since 2019. So kind of doing the math there, you're talking about retiring in his late 20s, but for his time in the league, it was incredible. You mentioned NFL Defensive Player of the Year in 2013, 156 tackles that season for him. Just an absolute playmaker and a huge nose for the ball. 18 interceptions throughout his short career, as we mentioned, as a linebacker. That's pretty incredible. But every year was over 100 tackles. It had 153, 156, 164, down to his last season where he had 144 tackles with the Panthers in 2019. You could see it right when he came into the league, right? We're talking about NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. The year before he won the Player of the Year, that was actually the year he had more tackles than any in his career. Like I said earlier, with 164, had 12 tackles for loss that year, had 20 tackles for loss in 2018. Just an absolute baller. And it's a shame we didn't get more of him, or I think he'd be, and I think this, obviously getting to the NFL Hall of Fame puts you in the discussion, but I think he'd be much higher in the discussion of linebacker greats if he had, 4 or 5 more years to play it out.
Absolutely correct, Bach. Let's go to break, and when we come back, more NFL news. We're going to talk about the NFL honors last night. We're going to talk about what college has the most MVPs of the season, Bach. We'll talk about that more. ESPN Top 50 released the NFL Top 50 guys for the upcoming draft. We'll also talk about groups where they got ranked, and we'll talk about one guy from Nebraska who made the rankings. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Tired of your furnace running overtime this winter? Let Heartland of Nebraska Windows save the day. Upgrade to stunning, energy-saving triple-pane vinyl windows installed by their team of experts. Every window comes with a lifetime warranty on everything, all for a price you can actually afford. Free estimates, flawless replacements, and peace of mind from a family-owned business you can trust. Don't wait. Call Heartland of Nebraska Windows at 402-430-3852 or visit heartlandofnebraskawindows.com today. Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with a bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184. 2,500 down with proof credit.
Dinner and a movie? You've done that. Arbor Axe House has a date night deal that really hits. This Valentine's Day, enjoy a special rate that includes an hour of axe throwing for 2 plus drinks and koozies. Reserve your lane today at arbораxe.com. Arbor Axe House on the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. Be breezy. The high near 48. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds. A low around 23. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Be breezy. Afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell & Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, for brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of foods for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer
infrastructure,
Bauer
underground,
Brad
yes,
excavating.
Shout out to the power crews out here working hard throughout the Lincoln and Omaha areas. Bock, award show was last night. Did you catch any of it?
I did not necessarily catch too much of it, other than the thing that went viral with the announcer not being able to announce Jackson Smith and Jigba very well. But I did follow up on the award.
All right, Bock, who you got?
Well, we could pull them up here. Obviously, the big one was for Matthew Stafford to win the NFL MVP. Very close vote, one of the closest votes we've ever seen. But he did ultimately get the MVP. It was the closest vote since 2003, to be exact. He had 24 of the 50 first place votes. Drake May had 23 of the of the first place votes. So it was the closest race since Peyton Manning outlasted Peyton Manning and Steve McNair were actually co-winners in 2003. So that's also interesting. But Stafford at 37 became the oldest player in NFL history at the time of his first MVP. Also becomes the third oldest player to win the award in general. Tom Brady in 2017 and Aaron Rodgers in 2021 were older. But very cool to see a guy that's had a marvelous career, as we know, but keeps getting better since his departure from the Lions. And it was a heck of a stat guy with the Lions, right? And of course, we remember some of those teams that Ndamukong Suh was on, and certainly Calvin Johnson, and they had. They were entertaining, but they just, didn't really made the playoffs. And if they didn't make a mark on him, obviously now that he's gone on with the Rams, was able to win a Super Bowl, now an MVP with them. They got short of the Super Bowl this year, but I thought his numbers just were overwhelming compared to everybody else. You can always have the argument of Drake May and what he was able to do. And obviously he's still playing. I'm sure, Matt Stafford would trade positions to not even just win the Super Bowl, but be in the Super Bowl rather than have the MVP. But that fell a little bit short. But it is well-deserved for a former Georgia Bulldog. I know you've probably been cheering for him for quite some time.
Yeah. But I was going for the defensive player. So
I know.
Yeah, it wasn't. It doesn't mean nothing as the defensive player doesn't win it. But I was watching that part.
I think it was, 86. Somewhere in that time was the last time a defensive player won. It was Lawrence Taylor. So, yeah, defensive players are still going to have to wait.
Yeah, it's okay, Bock. Other awards thrown out last night, Jackson Smith.
In Jigba. You don't want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, Jackson Smith. They don't have to take out the hyphenated other word.
Yeah, Jackson Smith in Jigba. Offensive Player of the Year.
Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, and he led the NFL with the 1,793 receiving yards. It's the eighth most of any season in NFL history. Of course, he got the extra game now, so always consider that. But nevertheless, I mean, he obviously dominated himself. This is another one, a fairly close vote, though. He had 14 first-place votes, Christian McCaffrey with 12. So, in kind of both these categories, I don't know if somebody, either way, somebody you're like overwhelmingly dominated on their way to this deal. But Jackson Smith and Jigba certainly dominated as much as he could. I mean, you look at his performances this year, and as we go into the Super Bowl, I think there was 2 games where he had like less than 72 yards. Might have just been the one against Minnesota earlier this year. But other than that, I mean, he is just putting up ridiculous numbers, as you can tell with this season total. And it's very cool. I mean, this is a guy a little bit overlooked, I think, in even at Ohio State, because there was always a lot of great receivers in that room and guys that would be drafted higher and all that sort of stuff. But even at the end of his career, I remember a game here in Nebraska. He had like 200 yards in the first half receiving. I mean, he dominated. That was the 2021 team where Nebraska would always find a way to lose. And Jackson Smith and Jigba was a big part of the reason they lost that day. So congratulations to him. Obviously part of the story of the Seahawks dominating and getting to the Super Bowl.
All right, Bob. Who else? What else we got? Let me see.
Well, Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett.
Yeah, easy one.
Yeah, easy one. Which special teams? They got that one?
They don't have, I didn't see a special teams. They did do the Offensive Rookie of the Year, which went to T-Mac, to Torrey McMillan of the Panthers this past season. He had a 1,000-yard receiving season himself. Broke Kelvin Benjamin's Panthers rookie yard record with that. Tyler Shuck was actually finished second. Patriots running back Travion Henderson finished third with one first place vote. Jackson Dart and Gray Zabel also got some votes in there. But yeah, T-Mac, I don't know if you've paid attention to the latest with him.
Yeah.
We don't need to get into that.
Yeah, that streaming stuff will get you, buddy.
It will, yeah.
Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Carson Swessner.
Yeah.
We seen this kid play.
We did.
He played at UCLA last year. Great kid. I think he was number 4. What number was he?
Might have been 44 or something like that.
But great kid. He's the Rookie of the Year Defensive Rookie of the Year for Cleveland. Assistant Coach of the Year, Josh McDaniels. Seems like he's been at New England Patriots forever.
Well, here and there, he always goes back, and they always like to welcome him back, at least as an offensive coordinator, right? He's had a few different stints as head coach.
He's the coach of the future.
Yeah, you always put that tag on him. He's had obviously a few different stints as head coach. That hasn't worked out with him so far, but I mean, as an offensive coordinator, he has been fantastic with the Patriots, and one of the best choices that Mike Vrabel made, who also won Coach of the Year, by the way, was to bring him back in. And so, as we see this Patriots era kind of starting up now with Vrabel and McDaniels, and obviously Drake May and all the players on the field being very different from the teams that Tom Brady left off and the last time they made the Super Bowl. That is kind of the one thing that kind of stays in common is Josh McDaniels, and what a job he did this year.
All right, Bock. Christian McCaffrey was the comeback player of the year. The man of the year, I think it was Bobby Wagner. So a lot of awards going out yesterday, Bock. Anything else on that?
Yeah, no, I think that's about it. McCaffrey also won the Salute to Service Award for his work supporting U.S. service members. Protector of the Year, given to the league's top offensive lineman, was given to Chicago Bears guard Joe Thuney. So we actually always want to give a shout out to the big guys out there that are getting it done. I think you mentioned comeback player of the year, so I think that was pretty much for the NFL awards. Always a fun time, and would have been hard to pick a lot of those. Obviously, like you said, or like we are saying, and we'll continue to say, it'll never be a shock when Myles Garrett is the defensive player of the year. What a career he has had and continues to have. Obviously set the NFL record with 23 sacks. This is now his second time winning defensive player of the year. So as far as that go, kind of look out for that. I mean, there's a very short list of guys that have won the award 3 times. That could put him in a whole different category. But yeah, just wanted to give him a little bit of due. We kind of looked over him because it was not looked over him, but we just kind of went quickly through his award because it was expected. There's not as much of the story there. Everybody knows the sacks and the sack record that he had this year, but man, was he on a tear, and we were following it all throughout it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 4 here, 3 there, 5 there.
5 sacks.
Eric says, "I bet Farley likes Georgia more than Nebraska." Question is that, Eric? Of course, I love Georgia more. Why wouldn't I?
Not football programs. The state. The football program. Is that what you're saying?
Well, athletics overall, high school, through the ranks.
You played at Nebraska.
I know, but I love Nebraska football. We're not good right now, but I'm going to stick with them and try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never going to fold on this. I'm probably going to talk a little smack, but never going to fold on this. All right, Bock. Bock, I want to play a little trivia with you and the text line out here. Each NFL team's GOAT. Are you ready for it?
I am.
All right. I'm going to give you random teams. Let's go straight down the line. Who's the GOAT of the Arizona Cardinals?
Who would they have on there? Well, Larry Fitzgerald would be a heck of a name.
Yeah. You got that right, Bock. He's on that list. The GOAT for the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons. The GOAT. Jamal Anderson was so short-lived. It can't be him. Well, this is your team. I'll let you just go ahead. I don't have a great name.
Matt Ryan.
Okay.
Which
yeah.
I
MVP
think probably he's Julio Jones. I mean,
you put him
you
up
forget
there.
Julio. I would
Sure.
probably go with Julio before I go with Matt Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. You'd have an argument there. Matt Ryan did get that MVP though.
Yeah. Who's the GOAT of Baltimore Ravens?
Ray
Lewis.
Yeah.
You're right. Buffalo Bills.
They get a few different options there. Would they go with?
They went defense player.
Did they really? Okay, yeah. Bruce
Bruce Smith.
Bruce
Yeah.
Smith. Why did I say Irvin? Yeah.
All right. The Carolina Panthers GOAT.
Carolina Panthers, a lesser Luke Kuechly could actually be in there. Julius Peppers. They've had, for a short-lived of the organization, though, they've had some good ones. I'm going to go with, Peppers?
No. Cam Newton.
Okay, yeah. The NBA, that quarterback position. Anytime you win an MVP, you're going to get in
All
there.
right. The GOAT for Chicago Bears. We already know who that is. Sweetness. Walter Payton.
Yeah.
The GOAT for the Cincinnati Bengals, Bob.
Not
a quarterback.
Not a quarterback.
Not a
okay.
running back.
Okay.
Not a receiver.
It's not Chad Ochocinco.
Nope.
Defensively then, huh? Defense?
Jordan P got it. Anthony Muniz.
Okay, yeah. Oh, on the front line.
Yeah.
Sure.
The GOAT for the Cleveland Browns.
Jim Brown.
All right, Jim Brown. Dallas Cowboys.
Emmett?
Yep.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos.
Elway.
All right. Detroit Lions.
Sanders.
All
Barry.
right. Green Bay.
That's a good one. I go Favre.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. A lot of people pick Rodgers.
Who's the GOAT for the Texans? The Texans.
short organization there. Will Anderson's making his climb.
Yeah. He'd probably be there at the end of his career.
Yeah. Andre Johnson.
No.
No, Andre Johnson.
J.J. Watts.
Okay, yeah. That's one of those 3-time defensive players.
Who's the GOAT for Indianapolis Colts, Bob?
Peyton.
Yep. Jacksonville Jaguars. Who's the GOAT?
Fred Taylor? I don't know. Let me think for a second.
Fred Taylor, you're right.
Is it Fred Taylor?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. He's pretty good.
Who's the GOAT for Kansas City?
Well, Patrick Mahomes now.
All right. The Las Vegas Raiders. Who's the GOAT?
That's a good one. There's a lot of good ones over the years there. Ronnie Lott?
No. Ronnie Lott played for the 49ers.
49ers. Who's the safety I'm thinking of for them? Yeah, never mind.
Night Train?
Yeah, maybe.
No, Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen, okay.
Yeah. Who's the GOAT for San Diego Chargers?
Tomlinson. LaDainian.
You're right.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Rams.
Well, Matt Stafford just won the MVP. No, let's think here. Rams again. That's they're jumping around. Can I go back to St. Louis? Marshall Faulk?
No.
Is this an older player?
No.
Aaron Donald. Another
Aaron
3-time.
Donald. Yeah, you're right.
I got to remember those 3-time defensive player of the years. Yeah.
All right, this is going to be a quick one, right? These next 5 you should know, Bob. Who's the GOAT for Miami Dolphins?
Marino.
Minnesota Vikings.
They got Adrian Peterson?
No.
Randy Moss.
You know that.
Yeah.
Mossed them. The Patriots.
Yeah, that's Brady.
Saints.
Breeze.
New York Giants.
The New York Football Giants. This is an easy one?
Yep.
Lawrence Taylor.
Yes. Who's the GOAT for the New York Jets?
Namath.
Yeah. Who's the GOAT for Philadelphia Philly?
The Eagles, huh?
Yeah. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, a lot of good names there, too. Oh, boy.
You got Donovan McNabb. You got Shady. You got a whole bunch of guys.
It's not McNabb, though?
Dawkins. Nope.
No? Not Terrell Owens?
Nope.
Is it a guy that's playing now?
Nope.
Saquon. Interesting.
You want a lifeline?
Yeah, I need a lifeline.
Reggie White.
Yeah, Reggie White. Okay.
Now, who's the GOAT for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Bach?
My personal favorite is Hines Ward. He's not going to make it there.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. He's not on the list.
He's not quite on the list. Lynn Swann.
Nope, he's not on the list.
Not on the list. Okay.
Pittsburgh Steelers. GOAT.
The Bus?
Nope. The bus don't stop here.
Big Ben?
Nope.
Franco Harris?
Nope. Not even an offensive guy.
Okay. I need help.
Mean Joe Green.
Oh, okay, Mean Joe Green. I should think of Super Bowl commercials coming up. Yeah.
San Francisco.
49ers?
Yeah.
Jerry Rice.
Yep. All right, this one, Bob. Who's the GOAT for Seattle Seahawks?
Sean Alexander.
No.
I disagree.
Should be Marshawn Lynch.
It could be.
It should be.
Yeah, Alexander did win the MVP there.
Yeah, but they got Russell Wilson.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, can see that.
All right, who's Tampa Bay Buccaneers GOAT, Bob?
Warren Sapp.
No.
No. Tom Brady. He was there for you.
No.
See.
He's a Husker. No, I'm just playing. He's a Husker.
Yeah, Levante. Is the defense side of the ball?
Yes.
Brooks?
Derek Brooks.
Okay, yeah.
Who is the Tennessee's Titan GOAT, Bob?
Aaron McNair. Eddie George.
No.
No. It's hard. Oh, man, those are the ones that I think of immediately.
Warren Moon.
Warren Moon. Okay, yeah. That was pre-Titans, right?
Well,
That's Houston Oilers.
Yeah, but
That's
it's still the same,
Yeah,
Bob.
you're right.
All right, Bob. Who is the Washington Commanders GOAT?
Sonny Jurgensen passed away today. Was it Sonny?
No.
Is it modern day?
Well, not really.
Theismann?
No.
Champ Bailey.
No.
The best of all time for the Redskins. Commanders. You're gonna have to help me. DP's gonna come and whack me on the head. Who do they got in there?
Darryl Green.
Darryl Green.
Yes.
What a great, yeah.
And out of all those teams, Bob, GOATs, 9 of them are on the defense.
Yeah.
So
what do you feel about that?
I feel like it's okay. It's okay to let you know what? It's okay to let the offense get all the shine because, once the defense plays their butt off, it's always the defense who can get the credit at the end of the day.
Basically, we found out on this list, you got to win the Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, and then you can maybe get on this list.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot to be in.
All right, Bach, when we come back, we'll talk about Nebraska sports here. We got the softball team coming up playing probably. Hey, they already started. So we'll talk about the doubleheader they're playing today in San Antonio, Texas. We'll talk about the men's basketball team. We're playing Rutgers tomorrow. And then we'll talk about some postseason awards maybe we could get from basketball. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with a bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G16518. 2,500 down with proof credit.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
The best barbecue deal in town is at Hog Wild. We're serving up a $5.99 meal deal that includes a one-meat sandwich, your favorite classic side, and a drink, all for just $5.99. Craving brisket? Upgrade to our tender, slow-smoked beef brisket for only $1.50 more. Join us for lunch or dinner, or order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down. The snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. Be breezy. The high near 48. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds. A low around 23. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Be breezy. The afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovebneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy. Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
The Lincoln Stars are back at home this weekend as they take on the Youngstown Phantoms at the Icebox. Friday night is Revenge of the Sixth, and Nebraska volleyball will drop the ceremonial first puck, with the force being strong, at 7 o'clock. Then on Saturday, the Stars and Phantoms go at it again with a 6 p.m. puck drop. 2 big nights of hockey, special teams, and nonstop action. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com and be part of the fun this weekend at the Icebox.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Boom! Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. Last segment of the day, Austin Harmon and Jay Foreman will be live at Back Nine's Golf.
Yes, but this is not the last thing we did. You're an hour ahead. We got
I'm an hour ahead. We got one more hour.
We got a whole more hour.
I thought it was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
It is almost 2, not 3. You just gained another hour in your life. How do you feel?
All right, Bob, let's go ahead. Quick update. Nebraska leads 4-1 over Washington in the first volleyball game of the season.
Softball, yeah.
3-1 home, three-run home run was hit a while ago. But Bob, we're going to continue right here where we left off there. The NFL, Jordan Reed has released his NFL prospects. Still have the combine coming and pro day coming up in April and March. But Bob, no Huskers made the top 50, but one of them made a good jump in the position groups. Who do you think that is, Bob?
Ooh, a big jump. Well, you had some pretty good performances there from Sierra Wright and Deshaun Singleton. So I'd guess one of them. Sierra Wright specifically did get an invite to the Senior Bowl. So I'm going to go with Sierra Wright.
Nah.
Emmett
Johnson.
Okay.
Emmett Johnson is ranked the third best running back in the top 5 running backs, Bob, when you look at the group of running backs. I'm finna read them to you. I'm trying to get to it. Top 5 running backs. There's so many on this list. Okay, running backs. Jeremiah Love's number 1. Jaden Price from Notre Dame is number 2 also. Emmett Johnson is number 3 in this publication right here. Jahan Coleman is number 4, and Demond Claiborne is number 5 in this one. When you look at the top wide receivers, Carnell Tate, Micaiah Lemon, Jordan Tyson, KC how you say his last name?
Concepcion.
Yeah, Concepcion, and Denzel Boston. Let's see who else. Edge rushers, Averill Reese, Reuben Bain Jr., David Bailey. Defensive tackles, Peter Woods, Lee Hunter, Caleb Banks. Linebackers, Sonny Styles, Anthony Hill Jr., C.J. Allen, Caleb Downs. But pretty good list if you look at it, Bob. The thing about Emmett is he has to have a great pro day. I don't know if he's going to the combine. Mostly guys that go to the combine, top guys, don't run. You might get some that run a lot, but if you want to try to do your best, most of them do it at home. So whenever Nebraska pro day up, Emmett will probably have most of the NFL teams here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to definitely go through that. If you, I mean, it's been a while since Nebraska's had, a couple running backs in the league. Of course, Amir Abdullah still in the league for the Huskers. But if you look at kind of skill position players outside of that, it's pretty thin. Trey Palmer still making his way throughout the NFL as a wide receiver. But this could be one of the biggest opportunities, or at least the kind of the most carries, or all of that that Nebraska's had in quite some time. So it's going to be good to get some representation back there with Emmett Johnson. Of course, it would be even better if he was able to come back this year. But I think Husker Nation understands you got to strike while the iron's hot, and it certainly is here for him. I'd love to see him move up the NFL draft board because, as this process kind of started, there was a lot of thought about maybe 7, 8, somewhere around there. But if he can impress, like you said before, at pro day or at the combine, whatever it might be, and move up the boards, it's going to be incredible. That jump cut that he added, I don't know. I don't know what drill you're going to do to see somebody. You just got to turn on the tape to see that sort of thing. So it'll be fun. Jeremiah Love, I think, is the one that's going to be picked, maybe, top 10, kind of the guy that is able to supersede the whole, running backs are a dime a dozen type of feeling, or at least that you don't want to put all that type of money on them. But I'm interested to see if Emmett Johnson can move up those boards. Obviously the higher you get drafted, the more the NFL team sees you, the more opportunity you're going to get.
Yeah. When I watched the Senior Bowl last week, I see the running back for Penn State. What's his name? Nicholas
Singleton. Yeah.
Singleton. Oh man, he got bull rushed on a pass block. He got ran slap over, Bob. So I don't know if that gave him a couple of minuses, but it all depends on how you do at the combine and in your pro day. So the next month and a half, 2 months will be very, very, very hard on these guys. We'll see how Deshaun Singleton do. We'll see how Sierra Wright come out. Maybe they can sneak into the 6th, 7th round. What is it? 6 rounds?
Yeah, 7 rounds.
6th or 7th, 5th round in the draft coming up. Who knows? We'll have to see.
Yeah, and you hope for those guys, right? I mean, it's not going to be, the biggest draft class as far as the amount of guys. Again, sometimes that can be a good thing. That means there's a lot of guys, and Nebraska did this offseason retain a lot of their roster. But you also want that representation in the league as we go to the Super Bowl here. Again, just not too much representation. And I remember Nebraska at one time had 20, I don't want to short sell it, but a year 20 plus years of being represented in the Super Bowl. And would just love to go back to those days. I mean, that's how I watched the NFL growing up, was seeing where the former Huskers were and cheering them on. Of course, I had my own team in the Cardinals, but kind of the Huskers in the NFL even superseded that. And it's probably a different day and age now where there's just, there's guys that are making their mark. Riley Collins had an incredible year. Obviously, Levante David continues to get it done. Luke Gifford went to the Pro Bowl along with Cam Jurgens and Cam Taylor-Britt's always been. So I mean, there's representation, but obviously the more the better, and hopefully that starts to process a little bit more as we get more through the Matt Rule era.
All right, Bock, let's go to break, and when we come back, hour number 2. For some reason, I thought it was over with. Maybe I'm ready for Friday to be over with. Bock and the Black Shirt, we'll be right back.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes the complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
The Lincoln Stars are back at home this weekend as they take on the Youngstown Phantoms at the Icebox. Friday night is Revenge of the Sixth, and Nebraska volleyball will drop the ceremonial first puck, with the force being strong, at 7 o'clock. Then on Saturday, the Stars and Phantoms go at it again with a 6 p.m. puck drop. 2 big nights of hockey, special teams, and nonstop action. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com and be part of the fun this weekend at the Icebox. Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of foods for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. Be breezy. The high near 48. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds. A low around 23. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Be breezy. An afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. 93.7 The Ticket sports news go now.
This is Rudy Gress IV with your Ticket Sports Update. At last night's NFL Honors Awards show, Los Angeles Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford was named the AP NFL Most Valuable Player, earning the first MVP award of his illustrious career. Also announced last night, the Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2026 was revealed, with inductees including Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, and Adam Vinatieri. Former Nebraska running back Roger Craig was also selected, becoming the latest Husker inducted into Canton. On the Nebraska basketball front, head coach Fred Hoiberg shared an update on Rink Mass, saying Mass is feeling like himself again and has been getting an extra workout as he continues working back into game shape. Hoiberg added that getting players back to full strength is important moving forward on this run. As for Nebraska softball, the Huskers opened the season today at the UTSA Invitational in San Antonio, Texas. Nebraska faces Washington at 1:05 p.m. Central Time, followed by a matchup with number 1 Texas at 6:05 p.m. Central Time. Both games will be streamed on ESPN+, with the Texas matchup being viewed by some as a potential College World Series preview. And for all the latest sports news and updates, keep it tuned right here to 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. So come down here at 1040 O Street and check us out. Bock, women's softball. Nebraska's up 4-1 in the bottom of the second. Right now, leading number 25, Washington. Right now I think they're in San Antonio or in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, and they've got number 1 Texas a couple times here in the next couple of days. So certainly something to watch out for. Hopefully they can, like you're saying, kind of pull this out, get a win here against the top 25 team in Washington. Their schedule, we went through it the other day, is tough. I mean, they've scheduled basically everybody in the non-con, taking big swings at the top of it with some of these tournaments that they're going to. So obviously can get a lot of momentum and kind of take the eyes of the country if they open up the season with a victory over number 1 Texas. But first things first, got to get it done against a top 25 Washington squad today, like you're saying. And so far, so good.
So far, so good, Bob. 6:05 tip, 6:05 pitch, I may say, for the Texas game coming up later on today on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, and like we are saying, I mean, just an absolute opportunity here for Nebraska. I mean, if you can get 2 top 25 victories in the first day of the year, obviously that says what it is. But again, you're going to get 2 opportunities at Texas. You get one tonight, this evening on ESPN Plus, like you said, for the 6:05 first pitch, and then tomorrow as well. Get that opportunity against Texas again from San Antonio at 3:35. Both those games on ESPN Plus. Before they wrap up this whole thing. By the way, Washington, who they're playing right now, they'll play them again, even on Sunday, because Saturday's games will be part of a doubleheader with Texas and UTSA. So much of the focus, obviously, naturally is drawn to Texas because they're number one, because of the history there. But it's just it's a jam-packed weekend for them, where they'll come out of here having played 5 games, and you hope for 5-0. Obviously, if they do that, they might be ranked number 1.
All right, Bob, you got some news for us?
Yes, Nebraska football, of course, recently over the last couple of weeks has had a lot of staff shakeup. One being that they lost their safeties coach, Miles Taylor, to the NFL. Of course, he was basically in Nebraska for a cup of coffee. They did announce right away too. They or I should say, word got out that they were looking on a replacement. So they you wondered there with the unlimited amount of coaches that you can have on staff. Was that just a hire just to kind of get a guy in the building? No, they specifically seem to want a safeties coach, and that's where they're going with their next hire now is the connection here with Rob Arch, of course, the new defensive coordinator for Nebraska. Probably, I'm assuming, made some phone calls, had a little bit of way in bringing in Tyler Yelk. So it's reported by Matt Zenitz that of CBS Sports that Tyler Yelk is expected to be the next hire for Nebraska as the safeties coach. Don't expect you to know that name off the top of your head, but he is a guy that's been on the Eagles coaching staff here for the last several years, does have some experience in college football as well, specifically with Idaho in 2022. He helped coach Rob Orich there with Vandal's defense. And that defense led the conference side for 5th overall in the FCS at the time with 16 interceptions. They're still in the FCS, by the way. They just used to be an FBS program. So go back and remember that. But especially in the Big Sky, I mean, they ranked pretty well in total defense as well as 3rd in the Big Sky that year in passing defense. But like I said, from then on, has since 2022 been with the Eagles, assistant to the head coach in the 2023 campaign. And so that was that 8 Pro Bowlers coming off that team, 4 All-Pro honorees. 2024, of course, more of a special year for him as he, along with the rest of the Eagles, were able to go and win the Super Bowl. So, a Super Bowl champ coming to the roster again, albeit as a defensive assistant on the coaching staff. And that's what he was this past year again for the Eagles, who did pretty darn well. Obviously not playing the Super Bowl this year, but one of the better teams in the NFL. He's obviously worked at the safeties position with Northern Illinois in 2018. Was a co-defense coordinator and safeties coach at South Dakota previous to that. So again, he's just got a lot of experience under his belt for still a pretty young guy. In fact, he's about the same age Rob Orich is. I know that because he played at Minnesota Duluth with Rob Orich as when they were on the field playing together. I believe his career wrapped up then around 2008. I believe it was. I believe that's. So I'm still kind of trying to read through this, but yeah. So back then, in any case, that's where he was an All-American player at the Division II level there for them as well. So a lot of familiarity, obviously, there with Rob Orich. And you bring in a guy that has some Super Bowl history. Of course, Nebraska did that last year with their defensive line hire, so it's not always going to translate to immediate success. Nebraska's obviously moved on toward a new defensive line coach already, but it is good to see. This is a guy that has kind of a combination of a pretty darn good resume and the connection already with Rob Arch, and having worked with him before should help out that backfield there, the defensive backfield. Also, it's worth mentioning too, and keeping in mind that before Nebraska even made a move to hire a defensive coordinator. Part of the process was we're keeping Addison Williams. Matt Rule made that clear as their secondaries coach. So, now adding a safeties coach in there doesn't say anything less of Addison Williams, but it's interesting now that you kind of see it, is that Rob Orch was kind of able to get his way there too, is that he, obviously brought in, bringed is not the proper way to say that, brought in his edge coaches, or his edge coach from his previous stop at San Diego State. Now another one of his guys able to kind of watch the backfield there for him.
All right, Buck, anything else you got?
That's kind of the big news on the Husker front right now. We'll try to keep you updated, of course, on that softball game as it goes about. But that's the biggest Husker news, the biggest news in what continues to be a big kind of staff shakeup this offseason. Hopefully it leads to good results when we get to it.
All right, Buck, Nebraska men basketball will travel to Rutgers tomorrow, Saturday at 11 a.m. tip-off. Rick Mass is midseason candidate for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Center Award of the Year. So watch out for the men's basketball game tomorrow. I think I'll be watching it 11 o'clock. I love the early tip-off games like that.
Yeah, and it's an early one, especially Rutgers out there on the East Coast, obviously. But on BTN, you can watch it. Rutgers, if you're kind of scouting the opponents here, have struggled all year. Remember last year they had a couple lottery picks on the roster. Still, we're still had a hard time getting to 500. Now this year without them, sitting at 9-14 and 2-10 in Big Ten play. They also have, I believe it's 5 or 6 straight losses now for the Scarlet Knights. So they are definitely not feeling the best. It is 6 straight losses, in fact, for them. So, Nebraska, an opportunity here, and we've seen it. I mean, this week in college basketball, go back and show you, obviously with Gonzaga even losing this past, Tuesday, anything can happen. So this kind of sets up for Nebraska to be just that, kind of one of those games that maybe you overlook, a sleepy, Saturday morning on the East Coast. Fans aren't necessarily flooding in for the basketball game. They're giving away those trading cards that we've kind of talked about through the week. So that's kind of the big draw to the game, and that's why tickets on the secondary market are $107 to get in. But I'm going to be interested to see how many people are kind of sticking around past halftime, especially if Nebraska opens up a nice lead on the Scarlet Knights. But a lot to kind of break into and look into with this game, particularly with Nebraska's 3 leading scorers on the season. Bryce Sanford looks to get back into it. Of course, did not finish off the game specifically in the scoring column as well as he had been this past game, of course, for the Huskers, where he was held to just 2 second-half points against Illinois. Of course, that kind of started that started Fred Hoiberg with the talk of holding on to him and all that sort of stuff, how Illinois was playing him. So that's another thing to look out for with Rutgers guarding Bryce Sanford tomorrow. But I only bring up that 2-point half to highlight the fact that before that, he was on a tear. I mean, he's been scoring 20-plus points per game in the previous 5 games before that. And just finished up with 14 there against Illinois. Still efficient shooting. I mean, his shooting has been incredible. In fact, you look back, I mean, he's had 3 or more 3-pointers, every game in January. And then as of recent, he's had 4 or more since January 10th. So the last 6 games. So he is definitely one to look out for. Rick Mass, as you mentioned, still kind of coming back. We'll see if he can kind of return to better health and put on a better performance there. The offense is obviously really good when you're able to run it through him. And then Braden Frager, returning from injury, looked good his first time out, 6 of 12 from beyond the arc against Illinois. But as we know, Frager is a guy that can definitely get to the hoop. They did a good job of kind of cutting that off. You also wonder how much of that is him not feeling as comfortable, driving. And we'll have to see. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But he had a great game because of his shooting there from beyond the arc. I'm interested to see if he can get that going again with his athleticism to the hoop against Rutgers.
All right, Bob. Rick Mass has to have that fast start for me tomorrow. I think we have to feed him a lot and try to really get him back in the swing of things. Been off for the last 2 games. As you know, he had the flu, but should be full strength this game. Should be ready to get back into the shooting motion. Jamarcus Lawrence also needs to get back on track, and I think this team goes and handles a fairly easy Rutgers team, but really in a hostile environment down there.
Well, we'll see. Again, if it's hostile, we'll see how long they kind of stick around, if they're all just kind of trading cards and looking at the cards up there. But in any case, it's a trap game for Nebraska. Rutgers is just not gonna do it based on, you look at their record. It's not a historical program or anything like that. But they do have, for what it's worth, 9-14 on the year. 8 of those wins are at home. 8-5 at home. Of course, you play a lot of non-con and some of the easier games on your schedule to kind of add that up. But they should feel more confident at home. They're coming off to their kind of California road trip to USC and UCLA. Lost both those games. But if you look at it, before that, they lost it to Michigan State and Indiana at home. Those are tough ones, but did beat the likes of Northwestern and Oregon at home this year, throwing UNLV. So it could be a matchup. I'm not expecting it to be too interesting as far as down in the final minutes, and that's because of what Nebraska has generally done to people or to teams that are like Rutgers, where Rutgers is, where they are in the Big Ten standings. Nebraska has to flex their muscle, look like the top 25, top 10 team that they are, and put this team away. That's not to say it's going to be completely easy or game's going to be over by halftime. Certainly we've seen different runs, but that's what's so hard to stop about Nebraska is, even if you're holding them down for a while, they're going to go on a run. But for Rutgers, they have to bounce back too. I mean, their previous game, a 32-point loss to UCLA, and UCLA is playing really good. But they one way or the other, they might be pretty down on themselves after that, or they might be looking to challenge, get that kind of that most recent game, off their pallets. So we'll see. I mean, they were recently blown out by Indiana 82-59 and came back to fight a top 10 Michigan State team who has recently lost some games, but still we know how good Michigan State is to 9 points. And so, just kind of a reminder, Wisconsin's one of the hotter teams in the Big Ten, and they recently took them to a less than a 10-point game as well. So even though Nebraska looks a lot better and obviously would favor them to win this game quite a bit, that does not mean it's going to be easy to get there. And if you're looking at Rutgers too, kind of the players to look out for, Tariq Francis is their go-getter. I mean, he averaged 16.5 points per game. They're not a great 3-point shooting team, which sometimes if Nebraska can get going, that can kind of bury some teams there. Darren Buchanan, pretty effective from beyond the arc for them. And so, there's a few guys to look out for. But for the most part, Nebraska should be able to hold the Scarlet Knights team down. A loss would be the first one that I think might start people to have some different questions about Nebraska. But I don't expect that to happen or to start up here.
All right, about 6'8" swingman will visit Nebraska from Switzerland this Tuesday. You heard about that?
Yeah.
I can't even say his name. It looks crazy.
Yeah, it's more good news for Nebraska on the recruiting front. It's kind of fun. I mean, with these type of players, and of course, Nebraska football recruiting is, everybody on the state kind of hovers over it and sees what happens, looking to see if Nebraska can kind of get those difference makers into the program. Nebraska basketball is definitely in those conversations now. So, look out for the visitor list that they have coming in. They seem to really like guys between 6'6" and 6'8" that can give some length and some shooting. So if you've got that in your profile, Nebraska will probably give you a look. And here comes another one.
All right, Bock, Nebraska is back to a 2 seed in ESPN's latest bracket listing.
Yeah, and that's good. That's where Nebraska somewhat belongs. Like you could certainly argue that. I don't know if this is most recently after Gonzaga's loss. Would kind of put Nebraska there, at least as far as the rankings go. Obviously, Nebraska number 9 at the beginning of this week, but again, some things shifting around in college basketball. So I'm sure that is after the Gonzaga loss would move them up to kind of that region. So you got to keep that going. It's going to be a fight all year. It's crazy how quickly you can start to kind of move down that seeding and still be a good team. I mean, Nebraska, people would just party in the streets if they told you preseason they'd be a top 25 team. But as you know, like, you can kind of start getting into 5-6 seed if you're at the bottom end of the top 25. So Nebraska well positioned now, again, with their 2 losses on the season. I mean, even Kansas, who is a few games back Nebraska in the AP poll, they have 5 losses. And of course, again, they played probably a more tougher non-con schedule. But the point is that Nebraska's got a little bit of house money to work with as far as in the loss column. And so, hopefully they can keep it rolling.
All right, Bob, let's get a break. And when we come back, we'll talk Super Bowl and see who's going to win it this weekend. Bob, I know me and you haven't talked much about the Super Bowl this week, but hey, we got plenty of time left in the rest of the show. Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
The best barbecue deal in town is at Hog Wild. We're serving up a $5.99 meal deal that includes a 1-meat sandwich, your favorite classic side and a drink, all for just $5.99. Craving brisket? Upgrade to our tender, slow-smoked beef brisket for only $1.50 more. Join us for lunch or dinner, or order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with a bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G16518. 2,500 down with proof credit.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. A few sprinkles possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies. Be breezy. The high near 48. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds. A low around 23. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. Be breezy. Afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Here's Stacy from Petal Creations.
Ordering flowers is intimidating if you don't know what you're doing.
Petal Creations experts care about designing a bouquet that conveys your special message from the heart.
You deserve to have a personal florist that you can depend on, who can take your message, turn it into a bouquet, and deliver it in a timely manner. And the rest is up to you.
Petal Creations in the Edgewood Shopping Center or at petalcreations.com.
So give us a call. We've got you.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on for Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. Bock, you got any updates on the game?
Yeah. Nebraska softball starting off their season here with the matchup against number 25 Washington. We're now in the bottom of the fourth, and it is all knotted up at 4. Nebraska had a lead earlier in this by putting up 4 in the second inning, but Washington has put up 1 in the second, third, and then 2 here in the fourth. So keep that in mind. Again, Nebraska will play Washington once again before this weekend is up, and play Texas twice. Number 1 Texas starting with this evening.
All right, Bock. Let's go back to football, Bock. I know we talk about a lot about college football, but we haven't talked about the NFL much lately, Bock. We haven't talked about I don't know who's going to win the game. I'm not a betting man, as we know that part about sports. But I can tell you right now, I'm going to be rooting probably for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people at least favor the Seattle Seahawks. There's, I don't think there is a lot of feeling of sadness for the New England Patriots and their fan base. Of course, it could be a historic Super Bowl in the fact that it would be the first time a NFL team has ever won 7 Super Bowls if the New England Patriots can get it done. So there's definitely some history on the line in this game. And also just kind of interesting as well, a lot of the different matchups that we have here and what to potentially look out for. A lot of people, again, and I've been saying it all week, well, the reason why I like Seattle a little bit more is their playmakers, is the Jackson Smith in Jigbas of the world, the Kenneth Walkers. We got a pretty good look at those guys in their college careers, having both of them played in the Big Ten. Either one of them could certainly be the difference in this game for the Seahawks. The Patriots, they don't have as many of those playmakers, but maybe the biggest one as far as his career goes, certainly you could put Stephon Diggs in that category. He has not necessarily gone off here in the playoffs as of yet, but could certainly see that happen for him as well. But they just, they kind of get it done without as much flashiness there at that position. But at the same time, Drake May was runner-up for MVP, just a few votes short. So you definitely feel like you've got one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, or at least put it this way, a guy who's done the best job quarterbacking his team this year, and Josh McDaniels to getting it done. In my mind, the one thing you need to look out for here is obviously a really great defense with the New England Patriots. If they can kind of get to the head of the Seattle Seahawks quarterback, Sam Darnold. He has been very good, obviously, over the last couple of years. Looked like the Vikings may have given up on him at the wrong time, certainly. But part of that was him kind of breaking apart or not having his best performances toward the end of last season. He is a guy that has been a little bit turnover prone throughout his career. And so maybe you could see that pop. That's kind of an out, maybe for the Patriots. If they can get a couple picks off of him, could certainly swing this game. That's what I'm expecting one way or the other, is for this to be a close game. Also interesting in the coaching matchups in my mind, because you kind of get back to the old argument of, did you have to play the game to know the game, to be able to at least to be able to coach the game, right? Yeah. Kind of to tell two different stories here. Mike Vrabel obviously played with the Patriots. I mean, he had a wonderful career. Was a great NFL and college football player. On the opposite side of that, Mike McDonald never played past high school. So, it's kind of an interesting matchup there. McDonald's still one of the younger coaches in the NFL. I believe he's still, 38 years old. And so he would become the third youngest coach to win the Super Bowl if he can get it done for the Seahawks. So a lot of different storylines to kind of follow and break down here. I think missing a little bit of the star power that you've had in past years, and we've all kind of become spoiled with the Patriots that dominance and runs over the years. And then certainly after the Patriots run was over was the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Eagles have been in all these Super Bowls. So bit of a fresh matchup, but albeit with teams again that have been there not too far long ago. It's been over a decade, if you can believe it, for Seattle, but they've always kind of been in the mix. The other player that I specifically think could break this game open, and why I like the Seahawks, is Rashid Shaheed. He's an excellent kick returner, definitely a versatile wide receiver as well. And they picked him up midway through the season with the Saints. Getting him from the Saints. So it was that's a big acquisition for them. And again, in a game where I expect it to be close, he could be the difference in the game himself. And again, so that's why I keep going back to those type of the skill position players for the Seahawks. I have a little bit more faith in. That's why I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Yeah, Bob. For me, it's the Sam Darnold story. The things he's been through, how much he's been through in his NFL. I think he started off with the Jets. And then got traded a couple more places. Should have ended up in Minnesota. Minnesota should have been smart enough to keep this kid, but he got a 4-year, $100 million deal at Seattle. Now look at him. He's in the Super Bowl. So it's more about his story than the New England Patriots for me. I'm not a Patriots fan. I've seen them win too much in my lifetime, so I'm ready for some new champions.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair too, although I'm not. I'm a Celtics and Red Sox fan, so I would say I'm a New England adjacent. I just never, for some reason, I didn't jump on that bandwagon. Certainly should have. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit less sick of seeing them doing it. Like I said, it could be history. I don't mind seeing history either. For the first team to get to 7 Super Bowls. So it's one of those things. I don't really have a dog in this fight, and I don't even know who I'm going to cheer for. I guess I'll wait. Like I said, usually maybe on that side, usually when I make yourself right, and I'm leaning toward the Seahawks, but I'm not going out on a limb. Everybody's kind of leaning toward the Seahawks. They're favored in this game. So as far as personal cheering interest, I don't know. I'll have to figure out on Sunday, but I might be leaning towards the Patriots just because of kind of the story that would be there.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll try to talk a little bit more football. We'll talk about who we're going to pick for the Super Bowl and what else we can come back up with, Bock, with this time we got before we send it over to Jay Foreman and Austin Orman and Old School. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day. Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a few sprinkles possible this morning. Otherwise, we'll see partly sunny skies, be breezy. The high near 48. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, a low around 23. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies, be breezy. The afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleckner for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go hog wild, pit barbecue.
The best barbecue deal in town is at Hog Wild. We're serving up a $5.99 meal deal that includes a one-meat sandwich, your favorite classic side, and a drink, all for just $5.99. Craving brisket? Upgrade to our tender, slow-smoked beef brisket for only $1.50 more. Join us for lunch or dinner, or order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down. The snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together. And let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of foods for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are from Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. It is the last segment for real this time. So let's get ready. Bock, who leads in college for the most MVP awards by college team?
For NFL Super Bowl MVP.
Yes. Not Super Bowl MVP, just
just MVPs in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
And let's see if we can name them.
Yeah, I have
Notre Dame has 7.
7, okay.
Let's go Joe Montana.
Yeah, Joe Montana's got to get.
He's got 3 or 4, don't he?
Yeah.
Let's go Rocket Ishmael. No. Trying to see. I just think of Joe Montana when I think of Notre Dame.
And he's a 2-time MVP.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd have to think of other Notre Dame alumni to win NFL.
I don't know.
Yeah, looking into it here, man, that's tough to. I'll have to kind of look into it a little bit more. Can you give us any more of the schools that were stuck on Notre Dame here?
Tennessee, Arizona, Tennessee, and who is this? Probably look like Louisville Cardinals. It got to be because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, at least represented on there.
Yeah. Alabama, Cal, and Syracuse is at 4.
Yeah, I figured because Aaron Rodgers has got his in there.
Iowa, Michigan, Georgia, and LSU for 3. Southern Cal, Texas Tech, Stanford, San Diego State, Oklahoma State, University of Northern Iowa, and BYU has 2.
Okay. Looks like 2 for those. Then finally got to the Notre Dame stuff. So MVPs here. Alan Page won the award in 1971, the first defensive player to ever win it. We talked about how you'd really like to see a little bit more representation from the defensive side. So that one would be a hard one to remember. And then Paul Hornig, all the way back in 1961, as a running back for the Packers, won it as a Notre Dame alum.
All right. They probably just it's like unclaimed national titles. So they're doing unclaimed MVP titles. Yeah. All right, Bob, each of these schools has one MVP winner. Wyoming, Texas, Pitt, TCU, North Carolina, Rice, Stephen F. Austin, North Carolina Wolfpacks, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Louisiana Tech, Michigan State, Kentucky, look like James Madison, JSU. What is that?
I don't know what that would be.
I'm not sure if it's Jacksonville State.
They got to go back through through who won them.
Yeah, Florida, BC, Auburn, and Akron is another team who had MVPs on their team.
Okay, yeah, and I believe it's because going through there's trying to think of like who's won the most. I mean, Lamar Jackson, as we know, has won twice. Patrick Mahomes won twice. Cal, well, you mentioned there, had to be represented by Aaron Rodgers all 4 times. Brady's won 3. Peyton Manning with 5. That is a lot of MVPs. I forgot that was the case for him. So Brett Favre has 3. Kurt Warner was a 2-time winner there. So Northern Iowa would be represented. Steve Young, probably some of those BYU choices that you've had there. I'm trying to. I know. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember who it was, but I've seen that JSU before. I can't remember who did it.
Jackson State, Steve McNair.
Okay, McNair. Yeah, McNair.
Did he play for Jackson State?
I'd have to go back and look too. It was a smaller college. Other winners, of course, that won more than a few times that would put that on the list. Johnny Unitas with 3, Jim Brown with 3 too. With 3 as well, I should say. So yeah, those are some of the names out there that carry that load for their college, I suppose.
All right, Bock, if you had to be a fan of any 4 of these colleges, who would you cheer for? Notre Dame, Ohio State, Alabama, or Georgia? If you had to be a fan of one of these 4 teams, Bock, who would it be?
Well, I'm biased here. I have, even before your Georgia love, I was a big fan of Georgia when I was a kid. They're kind of my SEC team. So I picked the Bulldogs, living between the edges.
Yeah, if I pick one top, Bock, I'm not going to pick Georgia because I think my childhood team was Alabama in '92.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah, so that team right there, I used to wear Alabama pullover, starter jacket to school, and I was a big Roll Tide fan when I was younger, but I guess the more I hopped into football, I lost it because they probably didn't recruit me, but I would probably have to say Alabama.
That's interesting, the kind of the ups and downs you've been through there. Should have stuck with Alabama. They ended up having quite a run. Of course, they were pretty good before that, at that time too. But
yeah. Oh, no. Steve McYoung went to Alcorn State.
Alcorn State, that's what it was.
I don't know what that could that Jackson State be Walter Payton?
No, because it'd be a long time ago. There's a lot of different names in here.
Yeah.
So it'd be tough to figure out, but it'd be back away. I could try to kind of look through these names and try to remember, because like Ken Anderson, who won the MVP, he was up for the Hall of Fame, like Roger Craig. And shout out to Roger Craig for making the Hall of Fame finally. Can't tell what college he went to. It's like Augustana. So yeah, there's some smaller schools that are represented, but they're gonna have a hard time catching up.
Yeah, hard time catching up. All right, Bock, you said some stuff to me earlier. I'm trying to find it. What was it?
Yeah, there's a few things just to keep out. I do have a few of those in front of me. One is to keep in mind, as we just talked about the Hall of Fame and Roger Craig, of course, getting in. We went over earlier Drew Brees, Larry Fitzgerald, first ballot Hall of Famers, Adam Vinatieri and Luke Kuechly also getting in. Next year's first year eligible players include Adrian. You go through and tell me first ballot Hall of Famer or not. Adrian Peterson.
Not as lately. He's been in a lot of trouble.
Okay. Rob Gronkowski.
I think he's the first ballot.
First ballot. Richard Sherman.
I don't think he's the first ballot.
You don't think so? Okay. Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben might be. He's a tweener for me. He might be a first ballot.
Gotta be close. Antonio Brown.
Oh, no.
Le'Veon Bell.
No.
Cam Newton.
No.
Andrew Whitworth.
No.
Eric Weddle.
No.
Alex Mack.
No.
I
think only one person gets in this.
Gronk?
Gronk might be the only one. They're probably going to have to put somebody else with him, so it's probably going to have to be like Big Ben.
See, I think Adrian Peterson will probably. I mean, he's among the NFL's all-time leading rushers, regardless of off-the-field stuff recently. But
yeah, okay.
So that's one to kind of look at. We mentioned also earlier, don't want to get this lost. Nebraska looks like they are moving in on hiring a safeties coach, Tyler Yelk, over from the Philadelphia Eagles. So kind of keep that in mind in the next couple of days as we kind of go into it here. The one other thing I wanted to mention too, of course, the halftime show is going to be coming up. I guess there's also an alternate halftime show. We don't want to get into all the politics there, but we were ranking our Super Bowl halftime shows earlier in the week. How about the commercials? Are you excited to watch the commercials it amazes me every year the amount of money that these commercials cost these days, and it's tough to kind of get into the iconic category at this point in time. But there have been some iconic ones over the years. Certainly the Budweiser "What's Up" ones stick out from the early 2000s, as well as the Frogs, Budweiser and their Clydesdales. I mean, they often get that going there as pretty well. There's the NBA one from the early 90s with Michael Jordan and Larry Bird facing off. That one's a pretty good one. We talked about Mean Joe Green in the Coca-Cola commercial that he had. The 1984 Apple commercial was a big one, but it's a little bit harder as of late to get in, and also just kind of tells you how much older you're getting. As I look at some of these lists, the Volkswagen The Force one, remember the Star Wars The Force one? That was all the way back in 2011 now. And the Talking Babies from E-Trade, I guess it's been a few years, but 2008 was when that happened. There's also been other historic commercials, could include at least Where's the Beef, right? From Wendy's there.
Yeah.
You got a favorite commercial or any of these among your favorites for NFL Super Bowl commercials?
It's a lot of them, Bob. Pepsi has good commercials. Doritos will have some. It's all sorts of kind of different ones. Well, you have to watch and see.
Yeah, and we will see. It is interesting. It's just such a fun event, the Super Bowl. I get into that because again, they pay so much money for those, and then a lot of them are just like not all too well together written commercials. You just have celebrity appearances. I certainly appreciate the humorous ones, and there's a lot just kind of out in the world right now. So there's a lot to kind of to play with and move into your commercials. So we'll see how that goes. And then again, the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny, going to be interesting to see how that kind of ranks at the end of it. Again, not every Super Bowl halftime show is for you. So I'm not going to go in through and then, the whole political side of it. Don't want to even touch that. But it is tough, and I don't know if I want to say I'm getting older or just this halftime show might not be for me. Can you name your top 5 Bad Bunny songs?
I don't even know.
Name any, 3, 1.
I don't know any.
See, I'm in the same category.
This is not my.
This is not for you.
My cup of tea, Bob. Well, no, it's not. It's none of my business. I mean, if you don't like stuff, you don't watch it. So I'm gonna be one of those people that probably don't watch it, and you let other people criticize. It's not my job to criticize what we do at halftime. My job is to watch the game and get comfortable and like the commercials. So, a lot of people worry about the wrong thing when they should just, it's just too much drama for this.
Yeah, and again, I'm trying to completely avoid any political side of it because I don't. This is a sports station. There's certainly times and places to talk and get serious with that sort of stuff, but here at the end of our show is not one of them. I just thought it was funny because I think a lot of people are probably going to be in the same category where once we maybe hear the songs and hear the beats, you might kind of, okay, yeah, I know that song. Okay, yeah. But I couldn't name you the top Bad Bunny songs. He's of kind of the newer generation that I'll actually know him is wrestling. He actually was a pro wrestler, not a pro wrestler. He's like a celebrity pro wrestler for a few events and was pretty good at it. Some people go crazy for his music. I don't necessarily know it, but we'll see how much the nation enjoys it this weekend here at the Super Bowl. Once again, we do have a Super Bowl party here at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O. We'd love you to join. We do it every year. It's been a lot of fun over the years, and we got Super Bowl squares all filled up from our listeners out there this week. But we will give away Super Bowl squares if you are one of the first 100 people in the door once 93.7 ticket gets there. I'm told that could be between 4:30 around that time. So get ready to win some prizes with 93.7 the ticket. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Unknown Texas says, how will we know what our numbers are for the Super Bowl square? Sorry if you already said this. I've been working and haven't been able to listen.
Oh, no, excellent question. Actually, we will. If you want a Super Bowl square, look out on our socials on X. We will tweet out over the weekend, probably Saturday is what I'm told, which numbers you're looking out for. And of course, once you get your numbers, then you'll know what kind of score you want for the Super Bowl in order to win your prize.
All right. That's it, Bob?
That's it.
All right. Happy Friday from Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We will see you Sunday at the Super Bowl party, Buffalo Wings and things on 68th and O. We're out.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame